And let's just make sure that we got our other ducks in a row. Okay. Well, welcome to another edition of Phoenix South End. We meet every week, and now this is one of the first. This is the second time we've met this year, so it's we're just starting off to meet and share and get to 2026 off to a really good start. And this is what it's all about: is meeting with people, sharing with people. Sharing, stories of our dogs, sharing stories of how things are, and comparing how some dogs they actually are bred to fight boars, like we just heard Eric with his dog. But these are beautiful animals, and when they're in a domestic case, of course, the weather like this. So right now we've got. What is it, minus 12, and it's windy, so it's probably minus 20 with the wind chill factor. So those of you that are down south, well, you're not missing much. But if you like the cold weather, this is where you want to come. And so let's take a quick look at how our Phoenix group is doing as a whole. If you go to pbex.ca, this is the site that you'll end up coming to. And we, it's also PhoenixBusinessExchange.com is also the other tag for this. And last year we did over 78, altogether 7,800 referrals. We did close to, I believe it was 350 referrals all year. So that was a great feat in that way. Member of the week. Our Sam Sturis, he's visiting Australia these days, and he's looking at family and so on. So he's our mechanic of the group, and there's his e-card and a quick video of what he does and all the things. He's the dash cam king in that way. So we have 5 chapters, 5 ways that we could meet. We always meet on Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. From 8 to 9, but we've opened up a newer category called midday. It's for those that have to drive the kids in the morning, and there's meetings in the morning or something, and you just can't meet in that way. So we've opened up a middle of the day. So this is like a good lunchtime get-together between 1 and 2. We're having that today. So those of you, there's no charge there at all for basically for the first few months anyway. We want to really get that part of the category going, because the more members that we have, the more opportunity other members have to be able to connect to and be able to refer to and so on, and get referrals from. And of course, we have our after hours group that we have once a month, and that's happening at the last Tuesday of every month. And that's happening January the 28th at 7 p.m. for about an hour. And it's more of a mastermind group, but if you bring your goals, you set your goals for the whole year, and then every time you meet every month, then we revisit those goals, make sure that we're on target, so we're not looking at those in September or October, realizing that, oh, wow, we sure got a lot more work to do. We do it sort of gradually, and that way we're constantly accountable for our own goals and stuff. Various events that we have coming on. The Canada Growth Network, headed by Bernie Fransgrote. That's on Mondays at 1. That's a nice global category that he has. He also has a Tuesday between 8 and 9, East Trade Winds Global Networking. So we are trying so hard to try and get different connections for our members to be able to tap into, so that they could have that draw of constant clients that are looking at you, or potential people that may want to do business with you. So it's really good to attend these. I have a Facebook Live meditation class every Friday at 1:30. This week we're still talking about reincarnation and the different effects of why we come in, and the bigger picture there. Penny Lee has her Movement is Medicine with Nia. Now we're meeting next week at the East at Hive on Zoom and in person. So it's going to be an in-person event, but we will have Zoom turned on for next Wednesday. And this group will be meeting the following week at the River Lounge. Okay, so in a couple of weeks we're going to be there. Hopefully the weather will be a little better. I'm sure it'll be fine in that way. Of course, we have our charities that we're always supporting, always trying to make a difference in our community. And this group is involved with many things. We just went through a New Year's ball, which basically sponsored the Journey House. It's a charity for adults with autism. All right, and they buy houses and they take care of these people that are. It's a great cause, and over the years we've had many from Make-A-Wish on. And we continue our support with the Canada Food Cupboard. That's our local food bank here in Canada. But they serve over 700 or 800 families in the area and beyond. So it's with the times that are being tough, it's a great way to do things. So we're just starting the year off. Of course, this is all from January the 9th in terms of sales. We've got about 500 so far, so that's going to really be great. We did over 200,000 last year in 2025 in shared business, so that was reported anyway. And we're just shy of the 5 million that we need to hit that goal. So we're hopefully waiting for Eric to sell a house so we can get over that. In that way, we've got over 4 point now, almost 5 million there, and 7,800 referrals so far to date since 2016, which is 10 years. We're celebrating our 10th year with Phoenix, and it's a wonderful time that we've had over time. We've got e-cards. Every one of our members have an electronic business card, and that's why we're keeping track of that so we can have a chance to find out what kind of connections are being met every time you use them with the QR or links. Or I have mine right at the end of my emails, so it's always there. So if they are looking for anything else that I am connected to, then it's all there. They don't have to go searching. It's all there. All right. Okay, so we didn't talk about the education. Eric, would you have some kind of education? I do have something, just so I don't put you on the spot, but I figured I'd share.
If you have something, go ahead. I always have something, but I'm not quite ready.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, one of the things that we look at is when we look at clients, what is the experience that you have with clients? In other words, we always try to network. We always try to spend a lot of time trying to get new people. But what kind of thing are you doing for the clients that you already have? And what is their experience? One of the workshops that we did with Penny Lee is the customer experience. What do they look at from their eyes? So when they send an email, how long does it take before they get a response? It's always great to have an auto response, especially if you're either on the road like Norm is, or if you're in session or whatever, or if you can't be reached, some kind of a connection. I got your message. I'll email you back within the next couple of hours once I get it, sort of thing. And once they do business with you, or they come and they look at different things, how well do you do the job? Sometimes we don't know. Like personally, like when younger people come to me, like between 16 and 25, it's really hard getting feedback from them right away. When they leave, it says, "Oh yeah, it was a great thing." And on the way home, they have a different view of it. And so it's when do you have the chance to be able to get that information? So I always talk to the parents after. What did they say on the way home? In other words, how best can I improve myself for this particular demographic? And oddly enough, like so sometimes it's just talking to them regularly or something. But there's always going to get some information where you could, no matter how long you've been doing something, you could always hone it a little better, so you could be a little more polished. And by the time you get somebody that is there for the first time, they're saying, "Yeah, the experience was amazing." But that's because of many, many things that you've improved over the years. You've honed your skills, presentations, the way you talk, the way you are always, like respectful to pets. Norm is one of the first ones that I heard that when he goes to do a presentation and there's a dog right there, he focuses a lot on the pets and on other people rather than we're just here for a transaction. And a lot of people are doing that. They're just there for a transaction. And you can see it. Everything seems rushed. Everything seems like it's always want to get to the end point so they can get to the next call. I don't like feeling that way. I want to feel like, you spent an extra 10 minutes just because, you wanted to know how really I am doing or how really the family or whoever is doing. It makes a big difference. So there should be some form of procedure that you would have so that you can get information from others. One way to do it is to look at the Facebook post. Like if you're posting something on Facebook, look at some of the responses that you're getting. Many people don't look at those, but when you have a chance, look at some of those responses, or you can actually tell somebody. Why do you deal with me? What are some of the things that are biggest things in your mind why you keep coming back? And people will say, oh, okay, well, and then they'll tell you. And this is one of the things that, and some of them will surprise you. It says, oh, really? I didn't think that would be a thing. They might think that just, showing up on time makes a difference. It is always great that you show up on time, but let's say you're late for some reason, and then you call ahead saying, look, I'm stuck in traffic. I can't make it there right at 4 o'clock. It looks like about 4:10. Hopefully the traffic will open up. So you do get there late, but you called. And to many people, that's a big deal, And so just to look at some ways of what the experience is for the people that deal with you. All right? So that's a quick education there. All right, so let's get right to our introductions. I know Norm is presenting today, so I can't wait to see what you're going to talk about in this cold weather, Norm. So we'll see how it goes. So let's go to Q. Q, go ahead.
Hi, thank you, Tony. My name is Kyo, and I'm the insurance advisor of the group. What if one decision today could protect everything you love tomorrow? Life insurance isn't about expecting the worst. It's about being prepared for life. It helps replace income, pay off debt, cover everyday expenses, and keep your family stable if the unexpected happens. And here's what many people don't know, that some life insurance policy can even help while you are still alive, offering financial support during serious illnesses. And whether you're a parent, a partner, or planning for the future, life insurance gives your loved one time, security, and peace of mind when they need it most. And the best part is often more affordable than you think, especially when you start early. So life insurance is there to protect your family and protect your future because love deserves a backup plan. Q from Work Financial Group, providing you with financial peace of mind when you need it most. Thank you.
Thank you, Q. Did you have a chance to do any BAMs or any referrals?
No, for this week.
Not this week. Okay. All right, and over to Jacqueline.
Perfect. And on this beautiful day where we're expecting, what I heard, 25 centimeters, that's a lot of shoveling. And I think 25 centimeters isn't really 25 centimeters. If you know what I mean, when we take our shoulders all the way up, take them back, release them down. Wow, my shoulder blades are saying it feels a little bit more than 25 centimeters. Thank you very much, Bernie, for reminding me that I have an in-person conversation in Smiths Falls, with someone I met on with an organization that Bernie is responsible to and for. And I think that's how we met Helen. It was on World Referral Network. As long as you're open to conversation, it's amazing what can happen. I didn't know who she was until she said, you talk about money and yoga. Would you mind having a conversation with us? Absolutely. Happy to do that. It's amazing what happens when you open the doors. On this beautiful snowy day, some of my clients are thinking, well, it'd be really nice to be able to afford someone to take care of my front steps. It'd be great to have someone take care of my front driveway. It'd be great to have someone to take care of the roof. It'd be great to have someone to take care of the windows because it's really kind of chilly in here. Jacqueline, it would be great if we could have a conversation and figure out how I can do some sort of renovation. That's a great R word. So when they're looking for strategies for their mortgage money, they always contact their mortgage honey.
Thanks a lot, Jacqueline. Any BAMs, referrals?
Not at this moment. I'm looking forward to next week. Yes, I'm looking forward to next week. I have a couple set up. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. And just a quick segue, we have a every time that you might be out. Oh, I think Bernie just posted that Mike Volotsky is our sort of our sub person. If you can't make a meeting or something, give Mike a call and he will sub for you for the meeting, so your business and your yourself is represented in the meeting. It's always good to be able to keep that reminder very high in that way if you can't make it. So it does happen. So life happens, but we try to mitigate that with someone that can come in for you. Okay. And just a quick one here that we are looking for a meat distributor, somebody who has like organic meat and that kind of thing. Dave did a really good job on that category, and he's retired. So we're looking at getting somebody for that. So let us know if that is an opportunity. And a general contractor is another one that we're looking for. And yeah, so over to Eric. Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Eric Perron, your real estate advisor with England Vokers Ottawa. One thing is interesting is that last year we've been looking a lot of what are the trends in terms of real estate, what's happening. And so what we're seeing right now, a lot of the media will talk about different things. Doesn't necessarily mean what they're saying is the actual truth. So I know Jacqueline is in the industry, so she sees a lot of the same stuff. So really what we're looking at is we have what's called 4 months worth of inventory. And what that means is that pretend we have 4,000 listings on the market. It means that 1,000 of them are selling within a 1 month period. So what that means is it'll take 4 months to actually sell all of those 4,000. Now, of course, every month those numbers change because we get more inventory and this and that. Right now, we're looking at around 4 months worth of inventory. So there is quite a bit of inventory out there. But when people see that, what it's really done is it's just taken the power away from the seller. It hasn't really given buyers the power, and it hasn't given the sellers the power. So buyers right now are saying, oh yeah, it's in a buyer's market, we have all the power. Not really. It's very much a balanced market right now. And a balanced market is usually 4 to 6 months worth of inventory. So when you're hearing stuff out in the news, it's always best to come to the professionals, like all the 6 that are on this panel. Come to Jacqueline, come to myself, and get the true information. What does it mean? It means that if you do want to sell your house, you can sell your house. You just have to be reasonable with your prices. You can't be greedy and think that you're up 5 or 10% from last year. You have to remember that even, and here's something that's really important, before COVID, so we're talking 2019, your home property in 5 years is up 50%. Okay, so that's something that people need to remember. If you bought during COVID, yes, you're in a very tricky time. But if you held your home and you had your home since before COVID, your property is probably worth 50% more, which is massive in real estate. People don't understand that, but that's massive. You can't go back to another time in real estate where after 5 years, your home was up 50%. It's just not there. So a lot of built up equity. There's still a lot out there. Problem is when you sell, you got to buy something, and that other property is also up 50%, right? So come to the experts. I'm Eric Perron, your real estate advisor with England Vokers Ottawa, making your real estate experience a great one.
Okay, thanks, Eric. And any BAMs that you had? It's since
Nothing yet. No, it's been pretty
okay.
quiet in the real estate field.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
It's stepping up though. It's stepping up big
I
time.
still see homes being sold within 12 days. You know, like some of the good ones, like
Absolutely.
they come up and it's gone. So it all
Well
depends on the
painted,
house, you know.
cleaned, staged, and well
Yep.
priced. You're still
Yeah.
selling.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if you're doing all that, that 12 days is not in something new. Yeah, you're
And
used to.
exactly. You're still able to sell it relatively quickly.
Right on. Okay, good stuff. And
Eric did give me a referral.
Pardon me?
The referral for the lawyer for Luigi.
Oh, yeah. No, I gave you a referral for that. Yeah.
Yeah, that turned out. We used him.
Good. He's awesome.
oh,
Closing
okay.
today.
All right, we'll put you
Yeah.
down for that one. All right,
There you
perfect.
go.
All right, there you go. And wanted to give everybody just a chance to be able to see that we have a new. Hope I have my thing here. As you know, all of us we all have QR codes. You know, like in our e-cards and everything, and it looks a little bit like this. Okay. And when people scan it, whether you're in a show or whether it's in your car or whatever, people will know like what you do in an instant and all the things that we can embed in there for you. But we can also turn this into this. It's a round QR, and these are great for things like coasters. If you are making T-shirts up, maybe something round might be more pleasing, okay, in that way. And we could tailor make it. You can have your logo right in the middle. Here, I'll give you an idea here. Here's one that I made up for myself. You can have your logo right in the middle, and it comes in about 15 colors, and we can customize it so that it looks like this. This way, I have various QRs for if somebody wants to scan to book a tuning session, or somebody wants to scan to find out when the next sound bath is or something. And this way it goes right onto their phone, and it's just faster. And it's sort of it doesn't have to say anything. So if you're looking for that, let us know. There's no charge for it. It's an extra service that Phoenix is giving you, and we can do a couple for you, and there's no problem. Just let us know if there's something that you want to direct people not only to your website but to special areas like to book something. This is great when you're doing a trade show. If you're busy with somebody and then you have a QR there, if you'd like to book some time with me, scan here. If you're looking for whatever service, you scan this, and this way it's really cool being able to direct people exactly where you want them, sort of thing. So we wanted to bring that in, so that's an extra thing that we're doing to our members to make them more professional. Okay, and over to Kat.
That's not here.
Oh, she's not there? Where did she go?
No.
She was here?
She was.
Disappeared.
Oh, she was here? Okay.
She's in Scotland.
Hope it's not something I said. Okay. All right, over to Bernie. Go ahead, Zerbud.
Folks, thank you so much. And contact details are in the chat. The Knack for Business podcast. Season 4 is launched, starting a whole new process. And you know what? Sometimes working with other people, you end up finding out about other resources that can help support. So I was using a platform called The Script, and they went kind of crazy on their pricing. So I was like, love the platform's awesome. The price point, not so much so, considering the volume. So I flipped over to Riverside FM. But it's a new experience. So a lot of that is I end up talking to people, and that's where you have that kind of that chat. And sometimes whether it's these trade wins or the Canada Growth Network, and I've already posted who's up and coming for guest speakers in the chat. Check them out. You never know. Sometimes you're going to run into a problem and someone has the answer behind the scenes. And Jacqueline met Helen at the East Trade Winds, and because Helen presented there. All right, and so it's another way of getting your messaging out there. And we all know Jacqueline's not going to get you a mortgage in Scotland. She probably can find you someone to get a mortgage in Scotland, but she's not going to do that. But she ends up making connections and a really awesome impression on people. So, network, get out there. Just if it's free, go to it. You don't have to go to all of them, right? And I'm not just talking about Canada Growth Network and East Trade Winds, other events. Get out there and you get that cross connection, because I went to the event that Helen Snell held this week. I was the speaker, and I met 9 more people. Actually, 2 already knew, but I met some new people, and there might be interest, all right? And so I'm saying, hey, if you're in Ottawa, come on into the Phoenix Business Exchange, check it out. It might be of worth for you to do that, right? So you can always. It's not a hard sell. It's just saying, yeah, this might be a good fit for you. Here, come on in. And with that all said, I'm posted most of the other stuff in the chat between Canada Growth and East Trade Winds, who's speaking next week. Vanessa Burns is talking on Monday, so it's about grant funding. And Paul Kirsch is speaking on Tuesday, and it's about selling. And he's a really good speaker. He's a return guest. And I'm going to stop talking because it's 8:33, and I can keep going. And it's too early in the morning for a bottle of scotch to have that long chat with people.
I hear Scotch melts snow.
It does, but it has to filter through you first.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, yeah. We don't buy it; we just rent.
Yes.
How's the any referrals? You probably have about 14 referrals and 84
what?
BAMs
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. Hang on, tickle me, bones. I forgot a few things. So we had a BAM yesterday with Kat working on how to push out content like the quotes, etc. So I got to send her some stuff in that space. Really important thing with Kat. She says, "Listen, Bernie, you have people that are coming in and speaking at your events. Let me post it through the Phoenix website, and that's it's open to all of us, right? So that's kind of an important thing. Met with Carl Richards. I'm trying to think who else I had a chat with recently. I'm doing business with Rail and an ongoing business with the web indexer, and working with Josh. I had a. If you know what OneDrive is, and you know that Microsoft says, you know what, you have more than one drive, and you'll have access to one of them, with the other two, yeah. And so Josh helped me work through that, and so that's really handy. So from the tech support side of the fence, really handy, really special. And I'm going to stop again because, again, we're not sitting by a fireside, and it's like watching the snow drop, and there's a fireplace going. Yeah. What about that? Yeah. Anyhow, I'm going to stop pontificating and turn the mic back over to you, Tony.
Okay, I totally get you, Bernie. It's really hard to have 2 OneDrives.
Three of them.
3 OneDrives. Oh, okay. What could go wrong with that?
Well, every business has its own profile, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Heavy sigh.
But yeah, it's all good the way Josh does that. Actually, I've done business with Josh as well. He's our IT person in the Monday group, and our ongoing business with Eric Senego. He's our accountant in the Monday and Wednesday group. And Susan McGarry, she's our health person that I'm going to be sending an order out. Ongoing business with Real, Penny Lee, and went to Bernie's East Trade Winds meeting, and of course ongoing business with Kat. That's another thing. If you have any event going on, just let us know. Let Kat know if you want to get a hold of her directly. She'll post it on the Phoenix Facebook site, and she does a marvelous job. She comes in with images and just things that we don't have time for. Literally, we just don't have time to do these extra little things. And just let us know. We'd be happy to promote you. All right, in that way. Well, Tony Jennis from Higher Self. I'm the spirit guy of the group. I'm a medium, clairvoyant, and I love doing what I do. That's when I get up in the morning, it's like, thank you, God, for another day. I get to bless somebody in some way, giving them insight if they come in for a reading, or if they're feeling off, they could come in for a tuning session where we could navigate their energies in a way that will make them feel confident when they leave, which, by the way, I can also do on Zoom. A day like today, you don't want to leave the house, it's okay. As long as you got Wi-Fi, we can do it over Zoom. I'm dealing with people all over the world. Basically, I've got clients in Australia, and I'm now going with people in the UK, that I have, and I'm dealing with a person that's going through a really rough patch in Pennsylvania that just can't seem to find a way to get through the challenges he's going through with his autoimmune stuff. But he's finding some answers through us. So it's great to be able to do that. Every time, by the way, because he's in the States, every time I meet him, he says sorry. And I go, for what? I know we're not really great with Canadians or anything. It's just it's okay. It's okay. Those are the leaders. Yet you and I, we're friends either way. So it's okay. Whatever happens in Canada anyway is temporary. And that's another thing for 2026 is when you look at anything in your business. This is the year, and we're coming up to the year of the horse, the galloping and all of the forward motion stuff. And if you look at how horses run, they don't sprint. They have a good gallop, but they could do that for miles, all right? And it's like that in our business. When we translate that, when something comes up, just take your time. We overdo things so much. We stress too much. We think we're not enough or anything. It's all enough. It's all enough. It'll be fine. But don't outrun your prosperity is the theme for 2026. And that's what happens. People want to go and do all these things and buy things that will give them 1 million emails that they could email to, and it doesn't make any difference because you're going to still end up the same way, maybe even not even as much. So just take your time, pace yourself, and that way it's a very great way to do this. There's a lot more that I'm going to give you, and when we get closer to February the 17th, which is the year of the horse for the Chinese New Year, we'll give you more things to sort of look out for. But that will be it. But basically, just take your time, slow down. All right, things will be fine. Okay, let's go to our speaker. Every week we give one of our members more of an opportunity to talk about their business, talk about their industry, than in a few minutes or so. So this time we're looking at Norm Boyer from Boyer Boys Home Maintenance. And Norm, take it away. You're trying to do a lot. Yeah, you're on mute, just so you know.
I'm going to see if I can share my screen. That video
Okay.
that Eric did for me.
Yo, yeah. I haven't seen that one actually. I saw it briefly with one of the posts, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, just press the green button, the share button.
I did. It's not giving me where I want to go to my desktop and it won't let me go to my desktop. It's something new that's
Okay.
okay, that's not going to work. So the 366 glass, which I talk about all the time, that makes your house cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. What you're investing there is in energy. So if you think energy is going up, now's a good time to use less energy. So the 366 glass, right, is as warm as 9 layers of glass. So it keeps the heat in. So that means your heating costs are down. Your house is more comfortable in the wintertime, but you're saving energy. Whether it's gas or oil or propane, however you heat, you're saving energy. And in the summertime, you're saving a lot of energy. When I first started selling the high performance glass, it was because of the cold. What happened in the wintertime? How this glass would make your house more comfortable in the wintertime and save you energy in the wintertime. But now I sell it because of the cooling costs that it saves. Because now June, July, August, September, and October, it would save you air conditioning costs. And it also makes it so that in the wintertime you have less moisture accumulating on the glass, so that you can make the house more moist, so that you don't have dry skin, you don't have dry throats. You can have more moisture in the house if you have 366 glass.
Yeah,
The
Norm,
technology-
I think I found your video for that the new version of your
New
video.
version?
Just, yeah,
Okay,
just in
try
case
that
you're
then.
interested. just in case you're interested. Okay.
Yeah, try that if you can get that on.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. Yeah, we'll do. Let me just connect this and see if this will work for you. I hope this is the one you're referring to.
Yes, that's the one. So Norm Boyer, maintenance repair, we're going to show you how much heat passes through different glasses. We have a heat lamp from a sauna, and we have a meter that reads BTU. So we're going to set this meter at 500. Oh, it's really sensitive. There, it's set at 500. So now we're going to try a clear glass in the 80s. So we put that in front. There's 348 BTUs passing through that glass. So we're going to remove that and try putting Lowy argon building code. It's really sensitive to the heat. Okay, we burned to 500, put this in. We've got 317 BTUs still passing through that Lowy with a hard coat. Then we're going to put a Lowy with a soft coat, and we're going to bring it down to 255. 350, okay. So then we're going to go to a triple glaze, Lowy 272, and it brings it down to 62, 58. Okay, so now we're going to try the Cardinal 366 technology from the space helmets. Put that on, and there's only 7 BTUs passing through that glass. So there's no heat passing through that glass. Keeps the heat in the wintertime and the heat out in the summertime. Now let's try adding these glasses together. So we put 9 layers of glass in front of that meter, and it brings it down to 16. The only problem with that, it'd be very heavy to put into a window. So we calibrate back to 500, and we're 366. Should bring us back down to the 7. Very consistent number. So we don't have to replace your windows. We can just replace your glass. Make your house cooler in the summertime and warmer in the wintertime. Now that was thanks to Eric.
Yeah,
So
that was good.
Eric kept, and I made that. So the second glass that I put in there that let 311 BTU, so that's what they're putting in brand new houses. That's building code. The one
Wow.
that left, 311 BTUs through, that's what they're putting in new houses. And people are saying, oh, I don't need this, I got new windows. Yeah, but they give you pieces of junk. The technology hasn't kept up to building code. Now, the problem with the 366 glass, if they made that building code, they would not be able to produce enough because there's only 2 companies that make the 366 glass. Well, Cardinal makes 366 and Guardian makes an equivalent. So there'd only be 2 manufacturers that would make that glass. So, but the builders try to save $10 here and $20 here and $50 there. When I look at doors, for instance, I look at doors and I said, you know, another $10 and this would have been a better door. Right? So it's good for me because I'm fixing up houses that are 2 years old. I went to one house, had 7 doors. I had to take off the existing weather stripping on 7 doors. You imagine how big this house is? There's 7 exterior doors. I had to take the weather stripping out and put a different weather stripping because it wasn't working right. That house is 2 years old. 2-year-old house, I had to rip the weather stripping off and put a different weather stripping because I put the wrong weather stripping on. Also, just because it's new doesn't mean it's good. I used to do that presentation in the house with the 366 glass. I went to a customer and I did that to their house, sold sold them the windows. They sent me to a friend, and the friend said, "Oh, I want the windows you did for my friend." So I gave them a price, but I didn't do the presentation on the glass. I didn't do my homework. And 2 weeks later, I called her up and she says, "Yeah, well, Sears was $500 more than you, and this other guy was $300 less. So we went with him." And I said, "Was the same window as your friends?" She said, "Yes, they were white." "Oh, you want $10,000 for a white car? I can get a white car for $5,000.
Yeah.
You know, it's just,
Oh my God.
people know so little about windows that I have to really watch. I'll really have to, if I don't do the educational thing, right? If I don't do my homework,
Yeah.
they're gonna think they were white, right?
Yeah.
So and so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna let it open up to questions that you have about, I specialize in windows and doors, but we also have, I just quoted a flooring job where we're doing 14 steps. And we have the custom-made threads where it's got the bullnose built right in. So we take the old carpet off, and then this thing's just going to slide in, custom made, right? So, but the biggest thing is I know more about windows and doors than the average, well, than a whole building inspector. There's not a building inspector that knows a lot about windows and doors. For instance, Eric, um, building inspector, killed a deal for Eric because he said the windows had to be replaced. Eric sent me, and I said, it's a building inspector. So it's about $25,000 to replace the windows. And so Eric lost the deal, and then Eric said, "Go look at the windows." I went and looked at the windows, said $1,700 to fix the windows. So instead of being a $25,000 job, which killed the first deal, right?
Yeah.
I went and fixed the windows, and then Eric turned around and was able to now sell the house, right? Where the building inspector passed the windows. So does everybody know what a thermopane is? A thermopane is generally two layers of glass, like I was showing you in the video, two layers of glass sandwiched together. Now, a couple of things. The other thing about the 366 glass, the spacer that we use is not foam, which deteriorates quickly. Or it's not aluminum, which conducts a lot. It's stainless steel. So stainless steel pots do not need covering on the handle. You can put your stainless steel pot, you can grab your handle and it doesn't conduct cold. So that does a couple of things. It makes longer longevity of the seals, and it makes it warmer at the edges. So there's there's horror stories about warranties. Generally, a lot of companies would give you a lifetime warranty or when the truck leaves, whichever comes first. Right? And I've seen companies that gave warranties. It was not a good warranty because when the intercept spacer came in, this thing to hold the glass through Farley windows, everybody was given a 5-year warranty. Well, Farley Window changed their spacer and increased it to 10 years. So other companies started giving 10-year warranty, and one company was using a spacer called Swiggle Seal. And so they gave a 10-year warranty, but they didn't do anything to justify changing the warranty like Farley did. Better products so they could warranty it. And the Swiggle Seals started to fail in year 6 and 7. So what happened with Vinyl Built, they had to replace 5 years of production. So they just said, "We're folding our tent, we're gone. So much for your 10-year warranty," right? So you have to really investigate a product when they're giving a warranty. And there's George Panett talks about when he went to buy a toaster. And then the salesperson said, "Would you like an extended warranty on it?" He says, "No, I'm gonna live risky. I'm gonna not take the extended warranty. And if it dies, I'm gonna go buy another $39 and buy a new toaster, instead of paying $10 for the extended warranty." So he makes a big joke about extended warranties that on toasters, on a $39 toaster. So
Yeah, he says he likes to live dangerously.
yeah, I like to live dangerously. But so I really like doing the windows and the doors. The other thing we do about doors, we can just go and change the glass, right? We've taken doors, we've taken it off, put it on the sawhorses, cut a hole, put the glass in, put a new glass in. And then the other thing that I can do that nobody else will do is replace just the door slab, right? So that means the door slab is the thing that's on the hinges with the handle. That's the slab. We can replace just the door slab in a lot of cases. We just did one where they had just a plain door. They wanted something fancier, so I bought just a door slab with a fancy glass, took the hinges off the old door, put them on the new door, put the new door slab in. So that's something that we will do. Other people want to replace the frames. No, we want to replace your whole frame. There was nothing wrong with their frame. And the other problem was there was a side light too. So that's costly to replace a door frame with a side light. So we know how to improve the house at reasonable prices. And other companies, like if you want 366 glass, other companies will give it to you. Some will, but you've got to buy new windows. Or if you don't have to buy new windows, just replace the glass a third of the cost and no mess. Out, in and out in one day, not a five-day job, right? Okay. Anybody got any? Yeah, Tony?
Yeah, just a quick question. You had mentioned the other day about sound. Like if there's a house and the
Oh,
door is
yes.
facing the highway, there's lots of cars, and some of the glass that you can get will actually dampen the sound that will get through.
Okay. So what that is, so if when I'm looking at my 366 glass, generally the glass is 3 millimeters thick. Each glass is 3 millimeters thick. So if I change one of the thicknesses of the glass, if I go like the 3 and a 5 millimeter, it will change the transmission of sounds because each thickness of glass will reflect back different frequencies. So just like, and that Tony knows a lot about that because of the tuning forks and the different glass bowls will make different sounds. So what happens is the frequency of the sound comes through, hits a 366, some of it, or the 3 millimeter, some of it is bounced back because of the 3 millimeter, and the different frequency is bounced back because of the 5 millimeter. And that doesn't add a big cost to it. And you can still get the benefit of the 366 glass, right? So that I
Right.
discovered by accident.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually really good if someone's, like replacing a rather large window, in the living room or something, and it's facing a highway, to be able to make it so that not as much sound can get through it. So that's a nice thing to know.
Well, the ones that face the road the most are bedrooms. Now, there's a lot of
Yeah.
bedrooms that are facing a 4-lane road.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's a new thing that I have. Thanks, Tony. I got to remember to remind people that we can do something about sound without
Yep.
going to triple glaze, because triple glaze is a problem in itself. Right? It's not. It's obsolete technology from 40 years ago, and now they're promoting it really heavily.
But it's white.
Well, the problem when triple glaze first came out, National Research did a whole bunch of tests on it and found out it wasn't good because it was heavier, two different aerospaces, one hot, one cold. It would stress the glass and break the seals, sometimes just break the glass. It was hard on the hardware. And now instead of 2 guys to install your window, you needed 2 guys and an elephant. So National Research Council said it's not good, but a lot of people in the industry went to triple glaze, but how do I say, the cost of the service work put them out. So the people that sold some triple glaze, they had to come through with the warranty, so they said we don't carry triple glaze anymore. But all those people from National Research Council that did that study are either retired or dead, right? And so what's happened now is the new engineers went, oh, let's go to triple glaze. Double glaze is good, let's go to triple glaze. But physics hasn't changed in 40 years. Just people making the decisions have changed. Right? So they try and reinvent the wheel that has a flat spot on one spot. So it's really funny that I have to, and then the problem is the government is promoting it too. So I have to uneducate people that, sometimes the government leads you astray. So that's, and my 366 glass is more effective than triple glaze. As you saw, I did that triple glaze with the 266 coating on the video. It wasn't as good as the 366 glass.
Okay, Norm,
We're
good.
gonna
Okay,
learn-
we're just coming up to the top of the hour. Those that want to schedule a BAM with Norm, it would probably be very good. If you know somebody that is complaining about their windows, definitely pass the referral on to Norm. He'd be happy to talk to them, probably on their phone or on Zoom. There's many ways now. After COVID, we have many new ways that we could look at a job, and it doesn't always have to come out to take a look at it. Oftentimes, just a picture will give him a world of information and that kind of stuff. So let's see if we could send some leads to Norm in that way, and that way he can keep people comfortable, and they don't have to spend a lot of money if they catch it early enough. But and we'll make sure that it's not white.
and we have the early bird promotion. We can give you a discount of 5% if you order now for spring, right? And then the other thing is you avoid the spring increase, because my price goes from the time I order, not from the time I pick up.
Aha.
And
Smart,
it takes
smart.
6 to 8 weeks to get stuff anyway. So,
Yep,
if you're
yep.
getting thermal
Yeah,
paint
exactly.
8 weeks down the
Yeah,
road.
so you're looking at but the middle of March before that comes in, even if you ordered it like right now. So that's a big deal. So thank you very much, Norm. Yeah, thank you very much,
Okay.
Norm. And we're just getting in top of the hour, 9:00. Bernie, do you have a quote for us?
Oh, Tony, I'm not sure.
Oh,
Maybe
important.
I do.
I like the
maybe
one with
not.
the rabbits. The rabbits are cool.
Waskly Wabbits. Today's quote is from Siraj. He's not talking about rabbits, but he is saying that there is nothing called failure. It's just only the experience that you gain. So keep at her. So if you're chasing
Great.
after two rabbits, then you've learned that two is too many and one's just right. And even then, yeah.
Well, I just heard of a quote where a dog was chasing two rabbits and they end up in a haystack. And so the two rabbits are thinking, should we outrun them or should we wait and outnumber them?
More to